Based on a real-life story, Mulk revolves around the struggles of a Muslim joint family from a town in India, who fight to reclaim their honor after a member of their family takes to terrorism. Murad Ali Muhammad, Rishi Kapoor, a lawyer by profession, lives amiably with his family in a densely populated, diverse locality of Varanasi. His daily routine includes namaz at a nearby mosque followed by some chit-chat over a cup of tea from a tea stall managed and owned by one of his close Hindu neighbors. His close-knit family consists of his wife Tabassum, Neena Gupta, brother Bilal, Manoj Pava, who owns a mobile phone shop, brother's wife Choti Tabassum, Prachi Shah Pandya, nephew Shahid, Prateik Babbar, and niece Ayat, Ashita Singh, credited as Vartika Singh. Murad's son Aftab, Indranail Singh Gupta, stays abroad with his wife Aarti, Taapsee Pannu, who is a lawyer and is estranged from the family. The story begins on the day of Murad's 65th birthday, when Aarti comes to visit them. The family enjoys a lovely night with the neighbors and friends. Another story is shown in parallel, where it is revealed that Shahid has joined hands with a terrorist organization headed by the wanted Mahfouz Alam, Sumit Kaul, who assigns Shahid with the task of a bomb blast after the night of the anniversary celebrations. Shahid leaves early morning for Allahabad and executes the attack as planned with two other acquaintances. A lot of innocent people get killed and SSP Danish Javed Rajat Kapoor is assigned with the task to investigate the crime. He tracks down everyone involved with the attack, corners Shahid and finally shoots him dead as he tries to escape instead of surrendering. Soon, police arrives at Murad's house and starts interrogating the family members. They turn the place upside down to gather evidence. As the news spreads across, people starts to flock outside Murad's house. Police takes Bilal into custody for further interrogation. Aarti steps up as the defense lawyer for Bilal and escorts him to police station. Danish interrogates Bilal for over 17 hours but gets no useful information. Udharan Chennai. Within a matter of hours, the situation around Murad's neighborhood changes drastically. Everyone whom Murad had known for decades starts looking at him as a terrorist. His life's reputation and goodwill gets shattered in a day. Bilal is taken to court for hearing and the judge Harish Madhok Kumud Mishra denies his bail and grants police custody of him for 7 days for further interrogation. After post-mortem, police brings Shahid's body to hand it over to Murad. But he refuses to accept, despite him strongly condemning Shahid's act. Situation worsens around Murad's neighborhood where people tag his entire family as terrorists, trying to shame them in every possible way. Stones get pelted inside the house and "Go back to Pakistan" gets written on their boundary wall. On the other hand, some of the Muslims with extremist mindset approach Murad and try to convince him that Shahid has sacrificed his life in the name of jihad. He is a true martyr and all the Muslims should appreciate his act and rise up against Hindu dominant society, which Murad strongly opposes. Despite everything, the family maintains their composure and relies on legal procedures to get their names cleared. Udharan. As the legal proceedings begin after 7 days, public prosecutor Santosh Anand, Ashutosh Rana, tries to convince the court that this act of Shahid is not a standalone incident but an eye-opener about how Muslims are breeders of terrorists. He argues that every single member of Murad's family was aware and supportive of Shahid's action, and his home was the day of terrorist operations. As evidence, he presents Shahid's laptop, which has detailed procedure of how to make bombs, a transmitter which was installed at Murad's home to communicate with the terrorists via private frequencies, CCTV footage of Bilal giving lift to Mahfouz Alam and him selling SIM cards to terrorists without asking for any valid documents. Based on all these facts, he requests the judge to consider Murad also as a person of interest in this case and remove him as Bilal's defense lawyer. The court agrees. Murad has to step down and Aarti takes his place as the main lawyer for this case. With things turning against him at court, Bilal, who is already tired, ashamed, confused, saddened, tortured and humiliated, suffers a massive heart attack and passes away on his way to the hospital. Murad's family again suffers another setback and now everything comes down to Aarti to get her father-in-law and his family acquitted of all the charges that were laid upon them. Aarti tries to justify in court that there is no evidence against any of the family members except Shahid that they were involved with terrorism. Shahid was the only person who knew how to operate a laptop and the transmitter was installed by him under the excuse to boost cable TV signal. Since he had access to Bilal's mobile shop, he only took those SIM cards without any document and used those to communicate with the terrorists. Bilal had no idea who Mahfouz Alam was, and so when he came to meet Shahid, he assumed him to be his friend and offered him a drop at the railway station since he was also heading in the same direction. Aarti also argues that it has become a mindset of people to consider all Muslims as terrorists and someone just by growing a beard or practicing Islam becomes a terrorist in public eye. Just because of this established taboo about Muslims, Murad and his family is going through this horrible trauma and humiliation which even claimed Bilal's life. Public prosecutor Santosh Anand fails to produce any further evidence and the court concludes that all evidences against Murad and his family are circumstantial, thereby dropping all charges against them. Judge Harish Madhok dismisses the case, stating that the main problem is with people's mentality and everyone irrespective of their religion should fight against it to bring a change. Udharan Chenne. The movie ends with giving its viewer the moral that we should change our way of thinking from us and them to we. Udharan.